Welcome to ETF Leaders, powered by the New York Stock Exchange. Joining me today is Carly Arison. She is President and COO at Syntax. Carly, so great to see you. Thanks for joining me today.
Thanks for having me, Judy. Nice to see you.
Thank you. So, Carly, tell me, how should we be thinking about equities?
Well, Syntax looks at U.S. core equity market exposure, and we believe the goal is to have diversified exposure to business risk. And so we do that through our three ETFs, which are stratified weight versions of the ETFs, or the indices that you know, the S&P 500, 400, and 600. And our goal really is to have diversified exposure across business risks. And we use a clinical trials methodology called stratification. And in clinical trials, typically across demographic data, you're going to see them stratify across groups and subgroupings with the goal to eliminate biases in your clinical trials grouping and have a drug trial that's representative of the underlying population that you're trying to measure. So with stratification, it's the same thing, but applying it to very similar thing, but applying it to the investments. So instead of using demographic data, we're using something called related business risk, and our goal is to eliminate biases in your portfolio, have a diversified portfolio, and really limit your exposure to one sector or subsector.
All right, so tell me, what are your big focus areas for this year?
Right, so Syntax has been developing our data for 15 plus years, and we've been applying that data to stratification and building these groupings that we diversify in our portfolios. And so really we've been focusing on that data, but also other applications of that data. So building out customized and targeted exposures and thematics, and also custom research and portfolio analytics. So there's definitely more to come from Syntax in the future.
Okay. Now, what are the biggest challenges in 2022, and how can investors manage their risk?
Right. So there's many challenges that we're obviously seeing in 2022, but Syntax is poised to address risk and uncertainty, and to some extent stratification and diversification across business risks is really designed to address that. So we see kind of in portfolios today, in the major market indices and market cap weighted portfolios, overexposure and concentration risk, and really so for example at the end of Q1, the S&P 500 had over 23% in IT and about 29% of the top largest companies. And those are concentration risks that Syntax stratification is designed to avoid. So by diversifying across groupings and subgroupings, we're really trying to have that unbiased exposure and build a portfolio performance that's representative of the underlying companies in our universe.
Okay. All right, Carly, thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks.
And that was ETF Leaders, powered by the New York Stock Exchange.